Hey guys, what is up? It is Dangeles, and welcome back to episode 227 of Constructing Los Dangeles. How's everybody doing? We are back on the city today, ready to continue to do some building. And I think I'm going to title this video A New Day, New Ideas, because I'm going to be making some changes today. In fact, I already made some changes. I'm going to be talking about them a little bit and getting your guys' feedback. So to start off, first thing, we're over here by the plaza, and I've been so indecisive with this thing. I'm gonna be honest, it's been like a year and I still haven't figured out what exactly I want this place to be. So basically over the weekend I ended up recording an episode of CLD, which I originally planned to upload, and I was kind of working on the big skyscraper that I was talking about in the middle. And I kind of built the whole thing up, built the model of it, spent the whole weekend working on it, and once it was done, it just kind of looked bad. It's not like the design looked bad. It's just having this one massive skyscraper in the middle. It just kind of seemed out of place, and it seemed like it was kind of amateur, I guess you could say. I don't know if I'm trying to word this correctly, but I ultimately decided to kind of go back to plan B, I guess it was, for my plaza planning video, and try out the idea where I have the townhouses on both sides, leave the Flower Pot coffee shop, leave Papa's Pizzeria. As you can see, it's back. And then I actually decided to leave the beacon tower over here, and I actually just copied and pasted a Flower Pot coffee shop. I figure it's such a prominent, I guess, I don't know, company or whatever brand in the city that we've created. So I figured, it couldn't hurt to have two of them, I guess, kind of relatively close to each other. There's Starbucks all over the place anyway, so I figured it would make sense. And I just wanted to see what you guys think about this, because and I'm just being so indecisive with this plaza. It's been like this for a long time, and I'm sure you guys are probably getting really frustrated with me and getting a little bit annoyed, but I'm getting annoyed with myself because I just keep on, second guessing myself and not, coming up with a final decision. And yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore at this point. But I decided to kind of put this together, and basically the whole idea behind this is it kind of creates a little neighborhood here in the city, kind of a more urban neighborhood with the townhouses, the Victorian townhouses on both sides of the street. And right here is just kind of like a mini model. So obviously these houses are the original ones, and then I copied and pasted them to the other side. And really the way this is going to work is I'm going to switch these all out. They're going to be all different designs. I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like if there were houses on both sides of the street. And I think it actually looks really cool, kind of going down this street with houses on both sides leading up to the Eclipse Towers. So I don't know, there's something about this street that I really like now, and it kind of basically turns the plaza into not a plaza, I guess. It's not really a plaza anymore. It's kind of just an extra space in the city. So maybe that's what I needed to do to this place. I needed to stop thinking so big about it and making it some sort of grand, central area of the city, and just turn it into just more, more industrial area and just more buildings. So anyway, I have these here, and let me know what you guys think about it. Some of the other additions I could do to this place were just add some more trees. Over here in this area in the middle, I'm going to probably add a fountain and then some park benches, some more trees, obviously, and this kind of just will be like a little small park, right in between. It's basically like a little alleyway here. And then obviously over here we still have the Papa's Pizzeria with the apartment building above it. We have the Flower Pot coffee shop, which I think looks actually really good on the corner. And I think that really kind of frames that corner nicely. I think it's a good spot for it. And then right here, I think I'm going to put a nether leather shop. So if you guys watch Survival Island Season 3, you know that we built a little store on the island called Nether Leather that sold armor and things like that. It's kind of like a clothing store that kind of Tyler owned, I guess. And I think I always wanted to build one of those in CLD, and I'm going to do it right here. I think that's a perfect spot for it. And that'll be another just brand, another clothing line, I guess, here in Los Angeles, which would be pretty cool. And that's really kind of my plan for this. So guys, let me know what you think. I'm sorry I keep changing up this idea, just kind of going back and forth. I'm just trying to come up with something that's permanent that I can really get behind. And after spending pretty much the whole weekend trying to figure this thing out and just building the frame for the skyscraper, I just decided I didn't like it, and that's gonna happen sometimes. So that's kind of how I wanted to start off this video today. But kind of transitioning from this, we're gonna fly to the other side of the world. And I'm actually going to get started on a new project today. I will be working on the plaza at some point just to kind of finish up. And I don't even know if I'm going to call it the plaza anymore, because it's not really a plaza, I guess you could say. It's kind of just a, an area of the city now. So that's really kind of what I wanted to say about that. So let's go ahead and move over to the other side of the city. And I do have a question of the day today, which I will get to once we get started with the building. But I want to show you guys another thing I've been working on over the weekend. And this right here is that area. So usually, or actually, this might be the first time I've showed this to you guys, but I flattened out all this space behind the stadium parking lot, and this used to be all water. Basically, there's just, you know, extra ocean, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this space. My initial idea was to create a harbor and kind of have it, you know, off into the ocean. But after converting this thing to Xbox One, I realized that there's actually kind of like a forest biome, like all the way around the corner here on this particular seed. So it wouldn't make sense for me to have a harbor for just like a small lake, you know what I mean? So basically how this is going to work is it's kind of just going to be kind of a link between the future of this city and now. So we have this parking lot here that I put in. So this is basically the same parking lot as that one right here. I just kind of copied and pasted it over. I am going to make changes to the parking lot, but I just wanted to kind of have a parking lot here just for a placeholder. This huge red area that you see here is going to be what we're going to be working on today. And I'm going to turn this into a little strip mall, basically. I'm going to have a supermarket and a bunch of stores. I'll probably have like a restaurant on the corner. I'll probably have another flower pot coffee shop, most likely. Got to have a bunch of those around the city. Maybe like a Taylor Swiftness Potions outlet. You know, and the list goes on and on. We could have a McDonald's over here. We could have another Nether Leather shop. Again, we can have a bunch of different shops on this huge plot. This is a nice big space that I have like you know, allocated for all this ideas. So that's what we're going to start working on today. I'm going to start by working on the supermarket, and I kind of have an idea for this, which I think will be pretty cool. It's basically going to be like a supermarket combo. Like it's not really going to be dedicated just to a supermarket, and the supermarket is going to be Bone Meals, right? Because Bone Meals is kind of the name of the supermarket we've come up here for in the city, and that is going to be the idea that I'm going to roll with. So I'm just going to kind of pick some blocks here, and I'm going to grab some stuff that I want to use for this supermarket. It's not going to be the fanciest supermarket in the world. It's going to be hopefully pretty basic and just kind of keep it simple, but still have it look pretty nice. So let me see what else I can use. I might try some, I don't know. I'm trying to like mix up my block usage a little bit because I have been using a little bit too much quartz lately, I feel like. So I'm trying to mix that up a little bit. I still want to use like pillared quartz for like framing things because it's obviously, you know, pretty realistic. So all right, and I might even get some stone as well. So basically I'm just going to start off by building a little front thing here for this supermarket, and there's a good chance I'll move some of these parking spaces. As you can see, all these parking spaces are just handicap zones. That's why they're marked blue. So there's a good chance I might move those, but we'll see. I'm going to start off with just a couple of pillars here just to start. So we're just going to kind of take a pillar of quartz up for a second. I might actually grab some bricks as well. We'll probably use those throughout the build. Or actually maybe some acacia wood, because I actually prefer those over bricks for like using bricks here in the city texture pack. So we'll go with those, and I'm going to kind of just do a little frame around this pillar here with a little bit of acacia wood, kind of acting as you know, bricks, I guess, and just a little frame for that. So this will go up and probably go up a little bit further than that. I'm probably going to grab some quartz as well. I might even switch out that light gray wool. I'm going to do a little thing around the edge here, and I'm just going to create like a really basic supermarket. It's not going to be like a huge like superstore like Walmart or anything like that. It's just going to be a small, simple supermarket, just basically right over the bridge from the, I guess, the you know, the neighborhood of Los Angeles. So we have all these houses here, and all these houses, you know, where are they going to shop for groceries? Where are they going to go to get clothes and things like that? Well, there's going to be a strip mall just right over the bridge, and I'm going to probably terraform, you know, this here, kind of running along the edge, and I'll probably turn this into just a little river, because this basically used to be kind of like an oceanfront property. So let's just say the property value is going to drop a little bit, and it's going to become a river, just kind of like a little link to, I don't know, there's going to be a river running down through here, because when I convert this to Xbox One, there's going to be another continent right here that isn't here right now, obviously, since we're on 360. And that's something like I'm trying to keep in count for when I'm building like the perimeter of the map, because it's pretty important, because I want to be able to kind of transition right over to the Xbox One like really seamlessly once I'm finished. So that's just something I wanted to you know, keep in mind. I'm going to take some upside down quartz stairs right here, just kind of create this little perimeter thing. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another one of these pillars go up. I'm going to probably do something like that. And guys, I apologize for, you know, the lack of videos lately. Honestly, I probably could have gotten some videos up recently. I've just been kind of in this little funk with this city. I've been working on it a ton over the last few days, but I just haven't really, like I said, as I explained earlier in the video, I've just been having issues kind of like finding, that really perfect spot for that plaza area, and like I've been working on it like a bunch, and trying just to get it right before I made a video on it, because I didn't want to kind of make yet another video where I wasn't 100% sure what I was doing with it, and kind of that indecisiveness is something that I don't really want on my channel. So that's the reason why I kind of kept it from you guys a little while, for a few days. And I'm kind of in a transition period right now as well, just trying to finish up the semester from school, and don't really have a bunch of series going right now besides Constructing Los Dangeles, which is pretty much always going. So once I get on break, and I only have like 2 days left to school, once I get on break, I'm going to have tons of time to record and build and start some new series and things like that. So that's something I'm pretty excited about, and hopefully you guys will be as well. So I'm going to try to take up this right here, and let me grab that sand again. That's one of the blocks that I wanted to use for this build. Let me get rid of the stone for a second. So I kind of wanted to frame this whole space here with some sand. I think that'll look really good. So let's just go ahead and get started with that and do something like this. And this is going to be kind of like the front here. I'm not really sure, how this will turn out looking, but I do have confidence in this particular idea. So that's really something that I've been trying to strive to do on my videos a little bit more, and that's like going to be one of my goals for next year, is to really just be much more confident in terms of like what I'm building during the video, because I feel like sometimes I don't fully think out an idea before I start recording, and then it ends up being kind of strange and not very well thought out. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna be trying to improve on in the new year. So I'm not really a big fan of doing like New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but it just so happened to be this time of year that I'm trying to like improve on that. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna definitely be trying to do. I'm just gonna be doing a lot more preparation before videos to make sure that they're like really well thought out, and I know exactly what I'm gonna try to build beforehand. That really just makes them a lot better. And I've done that in the past, and I feel like I've kind of strayed away from that over the last month or two, just because I've been so crunched for time doing schoolwork and things like that, trying to get through the semester. And the good news is I'm literally only 2 days left of school, like I said, and next semester I only have class 2 days a week, so because I'm getting pretty close to graduating at this point. So hopefully I'll have plenty of more time to kind of keep this thing rolling here and try to get this city finished. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm going to just starting off with the front of this building, and it might just look like a weird sign right now, but I promise you this is going to turn into some sort of supermarket space, and it should be pretty cool. So like I said, the supermarket's going to start off on the right side of this strip mall plot, this like big red triangle, I guess, or no, it's a rectangle, not triangle. I don't know what I'm doing, geometry fail. So it's going to start off here, and I'll have some space over here, and the supermarket will continue that way, and then basically all the rest of that space is going to be dedicated to basically just strip mall stores. And I even allocated some space back here behind for like offloading and onloading for like products and things like that, and maybe employee parking. So made sure I accounted for everything before I started. So it took a while to get all this stuff like flattened out and things like that, but I managed to do it. And also I've been using a little bit of World Edit as well to help me out, which has been super clutch, because World Edit is really nice to be able to kind of convert my world back and forth and do some of the tedious things. It's helped me kind of form the idea for my plaza really nicely, and that's been a huge help. And I never, like, the thing about World Edit is I still want to build everything on Xbox, so I've made sure that I'm not doing any original ideas on World Edit. I'm just simply using it to kind of copy and paste large buildings to, just to kind of move things around and experiment, I guess you could say. So that's been a huge help, and I've been using that a little bit lately. Probably be using that throughout the rest of the series on Xbox 360. Of course, I do not have that luxury on Xbox One, because once I move it over to Xbox One, that's it. That's the last time I'm going to be able to use World Edit to kind of move things around and do some copy and pasting and things like that. So trying to take advantage of it while I have it available to me. Since you cannot convert worlds from Xbox One to PC, that is not a thing. I don't think it'll ever be a thing. So just got to take advantage of it while I have the opportunity to do so. But I want to get to my question of the day, because I just kind of finally finished talking about all the stuff that I need to address. So today's question of the day comes from C. Reyes, and the question is, when LD is done on Xbox 360, do you ever plan on making tutorials for like skyscrapers, modern houses, and regular business buildings like Bedrock Tires? So this is an interesting question, because it's actually something I've been thinking about for a long time, really since I started the city, because And the Los Angeles build, like constructing Los Angeles, this entire series really is not a tutorial at all. It's basically just me coming on for 20 minutes, doing some building, and just kind of, basically that's it, you know, just create, it's like a let's build, basically. It's just a really broad let's build. And I don't know why there's like a lighting glitch there. That's a little bizarre and frustrating. Let me just see if I can fix this with a glowstone. But anyway, like I was saying, looks like that fixed it. Sweet. So anyway, like I was saying, I definitely would like to do some sort of like tutorials, real basic stuff, because I think some of the stuff in this world is pretty generic and could help a lot of your guys' worlds. Like, for example, like the apartment buildings. I could definitely do a tutorial on those once the city is finished. So like a tinsel tower. For example, I literally just finished tinsel tower yesterday, so I'm going to be doing a tour of the final product of that pretty soon. And that's going to be good because that building is really, really basic, and it's kind of like a good frame of reference if you're ever trying to do like an apartment building in Minecraft, not in Los Angeles. And that would be something I would definitely consider doing a tutorial on. So I would say the answer is yes. I'm not 100% sure about like the larger buildings on the world, but definitely the more generic ones. Like, for example, I'm not going to do a tour or a tutorial, I should say, on like Los Angeles or at the Alpine Mansion. Not going to happen because that is just way too big of a build. It would take me like 30 episodes, and each episode would have to be like an hour long for me to complete that. So I'll pass on that one, but some of the smaller ones I'd definitely be willing to do. So I would say the answer to that is a flat out yes. So thank you very much for that question, C. Reyes. Of course, you guys can leave your question of the day submissions in the comment section or send them to me on Twitter. I'm trying to get one for every episode. Sometimes I miss, but you know, I'm trying my best to get one for every single episode. So that is the plan. And right now I'm just kind of doing this frame, and what this basically is going to be here, I've been spending like the last 10 minutes or so working on this. This big space is going to be where I'm going to write bone meals. So I'm thinking about doing it in green wool. Now this may look terrible. It also could work in melon. So, okay, call me crazy right here, but this might actually look pretty good. So I might ultimately have to do it in, you know, quartz, or I guess I could do it in something else. Maybe like, I don't know, it's one of the woods or something like that, because I need like letters. But basically this is kind of like a general idea of what I would do. So for the bone meal building, so something like this, you know, actually kind of creating like the B and then kind of going through. So we got the B, and then we're going to do an O, and these are going to be 1, 2, 4 blocks wide. So we'll go right here, and then, you know, kind of just going all the way across, doing like BON, and like just basically write the whole thing out. I might have to make those letters smaller because I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that entire word in. So let me go ahead and try that out real quick just to see if I can make these a little bit smaller. And that's probably the reason why I'm going to have to use something other than like this green color. If we had like green stairs and green slabs, that would work perfectly. But I'm going to have to figure that part out off camera. That's going to be something that is going to take a little bit more time to perfect. So that's basically kind of like a general start to what I was really planning on doing. So I'm going to grab some slabs, and I'm going to grab some stairs, and I'm just going to start to just create a frame for this building, and you know, go from there. So we're going to try to get most of the front done today. I'll work on it for a little longer. I'll try to make this episode a little bit longer than I would normally because I haven't uploaded a video in a few days, so I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of extra content. Alright, so basically I'm going to, you know, just try to create a roof. I mean, that's really what I'm going for here. So this is going to turn like this, and this will turn like that, and I'm just going to kind of create like this like silly looking you know, roof on this place. And it's not going to be very big because we're going to need more space in the back, and that's something that I might have to, you know, allocate more space for this supermarket, because in terms of width we have plenty of space, but length maybe not. So what I might have to do is kind of close off this entrance to like the back lot here, and then I can create like the entrances to where like the trucks can drop off food and things like that on the side, and I can move this stone outward a little bit more all the way up to this wall that kind of divides the stadium parking lot and this area. So that's something I can definitely do, but for right now I just have everything kind of generic, so we'll figure out those issues later on. But you know, pretty good start, I guess. So I'm going to kind of run this through here and just do like 2 or 3 levels of this staircase just for a start, and then I think I'll probably start to put in the wall down below and go from there. So again, like we said, we're doing bone meals, and I think we originated that idea in the city. We have kind of like a tower that looks kind of like the Sears Tower in Los Angeles, in like the downtown area, and originally we were going to do a supermarket in there, and I still might actually do that, but ultimately I'm probably going to make that like a corporate tower for this particular company. And then this right here is like the actual like place where you would buy your groceries, I guess, in the city, because this is actually kind of a good spot because it's not too far away from the downtown area, but it's also really close to the neighborhood. So I think it works really nice. So hopefully this will turn out to be pretty good. So I'm going to grab some more sand and some more quartz. I'm kind of find a little like median point here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to go in like 5 blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mark that spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mark that. And then right up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create like this extra part up here. And this is purely for aesthetic purposes. This really has nothing to do with the building. This is just kind of, I just add a little bit more to it. It's going to be kind of like a little cupola, I guess you could say. This is kind of like a style that you would see, around where I live. So I thought I'd kind of implement it to Minecraft. It would make a little bit of sense. So I'm going to kind of take some sand up like that. And this is kind of how strip malls like kind of do their thing, where I am. So it makes a little bit of sense to me. So hopefully you guys will just kind of follow along and be cool with it. All right, so let's see. We're going to make this thing. That's not what I want to do. We're going to take this thing out a few blocks. Probably take it out like 3 back or something like that. Make it like a 3x2. Dealing with sand is a little bit frustrating sometimes when you're building, but it's all right. It's not too bad. I do really like the way sand looks in this texture pack, so I've always been, trying to use it as much as I can. Trying to just diversify my blocks a little bit more. I always strive for that. It's tough in the city texture pack because not everything is kind of perfect, so... but I'm always, striving to use as many blocks as I can, although I do use a ton of quartz. And pretty much every one of my builds has it, so I've just kind of accepted it at this point. Alright, so something like that, and then what I would do is I'd kind of do a little surrounding slab lining, and then basically just do the stairs going around it, and kind of just create this little extra roof. Again, purely for aesthetic reasons on the exterior. It will have no use on the inside at all, but it's here, and hopefully it'll look pretty nice. So let's kind of take this around. And then, of course, we're going to have the stairs go up like this and have them run across. And I'll turn that, and there we go. So let me just kind of show you guys what I mean by this. And that's basically what I'm going for. I might make it a little bit wider just to kind of like match that space, but that's actually like exactly what I was kind of, what I had in mind. So that works great. Okay, so now I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to start to just create like a little bit of a wall here. So I'm going to use acacia wood for this. I'm going to use some black stained glass. I actually might use white stained glass for this. I think that might look a little bit better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a wall go across right here. And this is going to be just like a little entrance, I guess. It's not, actually, this probably won't be the entrance to the supermarket, but it'll be just kind of like a wall that'll look into maybe like the cash register area or things like that. So this will go up like that, and then this will run down like this. And we'll just take this all the way across here. And we'll just start off with like a little bit of a frame, and then we'll go from there. So right here, let me see if I can grab some quartz probably. Take this across, and this is just going to kind of get filled in. So we'll do this real quick. I'm probably going to have a window on this, and then we'll have a doorway on the side of it. And that's really how this is going to work. So we're going to have kind of like a different door for the entrance and the exit to this place. Okay, so something like that, right? And then what I'll probably end up doing is taking this up and down just a few extra blocks here. And then I'm going to start to add, like pretty much right after I get past this pillar here, that's where I'm going to start to add a big window that looks into the supermarket. We'll have entrances and exits on both sides. I think it'll look pretty nice. And this strip mall project is going to be kind of on and off. I might actually try to stream a little bit of this. That's probably not a good thing to say, because I always like say that I'm going to stream stuff and then I end up never doing it. And I don't like, making promises that I can't keep or that I don't keep. So who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I've never been like a huge fan of streaming Los Angeles. It's something that whenever I'm not doing it on camera, I like to just kind of sit back and listen to some music, and that's really how I get a lot of inspiration and ideas for this place. And that's just how I've been doing it since the beginning of time. So since we have been working on Los Angeles since the year 6000 BC. So all right, so there we go. We have like kind of a big window there, and that's basically going to kind of frame that space, right? It looks pretty good, right? I might actually just kind of make this window a little bit smaller because it's kind of tall, so we'll just kind of trim that by 1 block in terms of height. And I'll probably even make some, like, I don't know, dividers in the window or something like that. Put some quartz in it maybe. So maybe 2 blocks in, I'll break that, put some quartz. Same thing on this side. just to kind of divide the window a little bit so it's not just like one huge window, you know what I mean? That's actually a really nice addition. So what I would basically do, right, is over here is going to be kind of like the entrance and the exit. So actually I'll probably have 2 exits here and then like a 3rd entrance. So I guess on both sides here, you know, this is going to be where like the checkout area is going to be, where like the conveyor belts or whatever they're called are. And then you can like kind of leave through there, depending on where you're parked. That's kind of like the idea that I'm kind of basing this off of. So we're going to take this up like that. And then this right here will be just a couple of doors. So let's go ahead and grab some. I wish we could use like glass doors. Like that would be really cool, but we don't have glass doors on Xbox, so that's fine. We can just kind of do that. And then I'll just put some white glass above it like this, and I'll probably make this actually pretty tall. And then above that, it's just going to be some acacia wood. Fill that in like this, and then that's going to be kind of like the 2 exits, right? So there'll be a little scanner machine here that we'll add later that will kind of open and close this door, and I'll have some shopping carts lined up against this wall, and that's really how I want to do this. And I think that is symmetrical on both sides there for the window, so we're off to a good start. And that's really kind of what I want to accomplish for today. So we have like kind of like a start here for a supermarket, right? It's kind of like a weird design right now, but it's going to turn out to be something I think is going to look pretty nice. So again, these trees here in the parking lot, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these or not. This is basically just kind of a copy and pasted parking lot from right over there. So who knows if this is going to work the same way, but that's basically how this is going to start off today, guys. And I'm most likely going to write Bone Meal Supermarket here off camera. I'm not sure what kind of block I want to do it with. Maybe dark oak wood might look good. Something tells me that's not going to look good, so let me try maybe spruce wood. Again, I don't want to use quartz, but it would be really nice to have like another block to use. So let's see. Let's just try this out. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks tall on the letters. We'll do something like, I'm actually not 100% sure how I do B's. Because I actually did like a little like alphabet tutorial, which honestly I thought was a pretty good video. So I think that's how I did a B right there. I could be wrong about that. I'll have to go double check. But that would be the B, and then we do an O, obviously, which would be pretty easy. And then hopefully this will be enough space for like the whole thing. So we'll have, it's a bone meal is going all the way across. And if I don't have enough space for that, then I might have to either expand this, make it a little bit longer, or just you know, abbreviate the name in some way. Obviously, I don't want to just like have it write bone or just meals. Maybe just BM or something like that. Who knows? But let's just start off with a couple of letters. If I do have to expand it, I can do that off camera in between episodes. That's totally fine with me. So I'm going to do that, and I believe this is how I make an N, if I remember correctly. I'm just trying to do this off the top of my head. I should probably go back and reference my video that I made. I like that video that I did a few years ago, where I did the alphabet in Minecraft. I actually think that looks pretty good if it's kind of going all the way across. So maybe I do have to expand this a little bit, just so I can fit in both words. But right now it just says bone, so that's pretty funny. But I think that's kind of a really nice start to this place. So this is going to be a supermarket, guys, and hopefully there's going to be enough space vertically here. I think there will be. I think it's going to be all right. And then obviously this is going to kind of expand all the way down this plot, and there's going to be a bunch of different stores, and this is going to be like a nice addition to the city. I think this is something that we definitely need on this world, kind of like a strip mall supermarket area, something that hasn't been here for a long time, and I think it's something we've been missing. So I think we off to a good start today, kind of creating this, you know, first initial area. Again, most likely going to expand this off camera so we can fit in all the letters, but I think it's a pretty solid start. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. It's been Danlags. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll come back to you guys for episode 228 of Los Angeles in a few days. Getting real close to the end of my semester, and the YouTube grind's going to rev back up again. Leave your question of the day submissions in the comments if you have one, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace out.